All right, hello. This is my video for today. Just gonna keep it short. Only going really over the index because don't really care about anything else as of now. But I mean, you can see SPX mostly stayed in its chop zone. I was mostly looking at 5960, which was the key level from yesterday's low of day, 5975 as like a reference point, and yesterday's high of day, which is 6010, and of course 6000 because 6000 is just such a key level these last few days. Over here on the Nasdaq, I was kind of looking around this high level. I didn't really mark it. There wasn't much jacks here to justify it. I think there actually was, but I just didn't think it was too important because this is 21,150. Yeah, it was. It didn't look too important to me, and I mean, I was expecting an inside day mostly. I mean, it poked a little bit to the upside, but for the most part, it closed inside of yesterday. So, and we closed between all these levels. Near end of day, I was looking at 2105. I'm glad I didn't take it because of this little poke through, which would have annoyed me a lot. But I mean, where did we open? We opened here, right? So we had an early like sell off, which was kind of a continuation of yesterday, and then we bounced straight off of 59.65, kind of, and then we just completely V'd. Up here, we lost our momentum and then we sold off. So it's like crazy direction today. Down, up, down, up, down. It's just insane. The Nasdaq was mostly weak, which was, as you can see, like it was lagging behind SPX. Like it was making new highs when SPX was over here, and of course it got faded because it doesn't have market. It doesn't have market tailwind, but for the most part, the market was stopped by NDX this entire day, and that's kind of why we didn't like poke through 6,000, close above 6,000. It's mostly because of the Nasdaq, and when the Nasdaq finally decided to wake up, it woke up too late. But I mean, we'll go over the SPX, right? So you can see like SPX jack levels. So you can see 6,000 again, very key. 6050 is actually taking a larger part now. I mean, this expiry is coming up pretty soon, so that's actually quite interesting to me. Between these zones, we've got 6025, and after this, we've got 6075. But this isn't as key because there isn't enough jacks on it, like short dated jacks. Apart from that, I'm not even sure what these lines are. I think these are IV lines or something. But here's where we opened. You can see IV is below the IV30 high, so I was looking for an inside day. 6,000 key level, 6020 very key level. I had my like in my eyes trend day. The trend, if it was a trend day, bull trend day, it would end at 6060. If it was a bear trend day, it would end perhaps worst case scenario 5895, but 5920. But I mean, like considering the IV, I was leaning more 6025. I just didn't think I had enough premiums on 6025. So I mean, you could have. That's why I took 6,005. Well, 6,000, 6,005. That's why I took that because I thought we were going to close below 6,000 because there's no way market makers are letting us close above that level. And my target for today was a close at 59.90, basically not moving at all on SPX, just so that we squeeze out this bar here, we squeeze out this bar here, and we squeeze out all of this checks and all of this checks. And it's mostly equal. We've also got max pain, which is right here, but who cares about that? I was just like thinking more in terms of these are pretty equal jacks, and I'm just thinking we're gonna get a close around here. And I mean, I was completely correct. Even my like early analysis, I was only $5 off, which is pretty cool. But uh, you can see throughout the day, it was just crazy. So here's a little bit into the day. You can see some call jacks is disappearing, and some more put jacks is reappearing, I guess. You can see more modification. You see some more smoothing and some like 60/20s now key upside level. Like, 'cause, I don't know. Once you start seeing the chart, start looking at like this is not something where you see a trend happen, especially within the context of the previous days. You don't see a trend here. And then with the low IV, you just don't see a trend ever. At least I think. I have been trading this long enough, but I mean, this is where I think I took 6,000, 6,005, but I don't know. So then we headed down, right. This is very weird. I don't even know what happened here, but I don't know if I'm looking at, oh, right. So this is like, this is, we came down, we touched like 5960, and then we just V'd straight off. And you can see all of this just got pulled, and most of this move was just a gamma squeeze, in my opinion. I don't know. I've been trading long enough, but it looks like a gamma squeeze to me, just because of look at this put block get completely liquidated. And I mean, it keeps getting liquidated. All these calls are still strong. At this point, I was thinking, okay, we might close above 6,000. That's not good for my spread. But one thing that is working out in my favor was that at this time, NDX or NDQ is like lagging behind. That's all I can say. This is the main reason why I wasn't thinking too much about a close above 6,000 because of this choppy price action. The fact that it's kind of mostly a gamma squeeze, but I mean, that could be an argument as to why we are closing above 6,000. But I was just thinking NASDAQ is kind of low compared to SPX, and in the context of yesterday, it's just looks like we're going to get a rejection, and we did get that rejection. So you can see once we came down, you see all of this checks just completely disappear. Or rather, it's just, I mean, I think yeah, mostly disappeared here. And you get the range of the day compressing, delta lines compressing again. Like your range for the day is now like this wide. So it's not very big. And I mean, you could take the Iron Condor. This was pretty late in the day, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is 2 p.m. So you'd get barely any feed on that, which I don't really like. So I don't think I took many trades this late in the day because you just don't get enough premium to justify anything. And then you see this put checks coming back. You see all this call checks getting squeezed down, and that's why I think this happened. Like this is a long squeeze kind of. I don't know. But yeah, and then this is right. This sell-off, I think, is mostly all of that call jacks, like, because they're now out of the money, they have to decide what they want to do. They close out of their 6,000 calls, and then the market makers have to sell to become delta neutral, and they become delta neutral. This is what it looks like for tomorrow as of right now. So this is definitely going to change, but very interesting. 60-50, you can see, very key. Again, with this 60-50, very, very key. Even bigger than 6,000, which is very interesting to me at least. But definitely gonna this provides some insight into tomorrow. I can't really give too much insight. I'm saying 60-50s are upside wall. I really like I think 60-20 even 60-35. I don't think we're gonna close above it, but 60-50, no way we're closing above it. So this is like an area of resistance in my opinion. And down here we've got this like block. I don't even know how to read this, so I'm just gonna go safe and say 50-30, 59-30. But I mean, realistically, as soon as we start getting up here, and if we can like if I see price action that suggests that we're gonna stay above 60-10, then realistically we're not closing below 5985. So just keep an eye on that. I'm not sure how price will react to 60-10 tomorrow. This is very interesting to me, but we'll take a look at NDX. This is something that I know I haven't looked at or shown at all, but you can see key support here. More support here, more support here, more support here. Just lots of levels here. Very interesting, very informative. This is why I took some of the trades that I did. Yeah, I mean, you see here, like 21,000 is just interesting, and I made a play off 20,975. I went the 2970 and 2960 bull puts, right? And here's when we start to squeeze up. I took the 21 100 bull call, sorry, bear call, and you can see all of my trades today. I took the SPX 5960, 5955 bull put, then the 6000, 6005 bull call, bear call. And you see SPX 6006. I added to this just because like it was moving against me, and I knew or thought, I guess, but in this case, knew that we were closing below 6,000. So added to that for some nice premium. Then I'll talk about this TLT calendar put later, but I mean, this is me switching up this. So the reason why it says negative 238 realized P&L is because I'm selling my 59.55 put, which was at a loss at this point. I'm not even sure, but what I do know is that it says this, but really, I this trade also was instantly in profit of $300. So it doesn't. This is not representative of anything. I mean, up on the day, like $1,000, just one contract of each. Paper trading, of course. So every single trade was a winner today, except for this trade if you really count that as a loser. But here we see NDX trades. I took them around the same time. This is basically an iron condor. I don't even know why I didn't put it as an iron condor. I got some pretty bad premium for them. I could have definitely gotten better premium for this guy, and if I was patient, I could have definitely gotten better premium for this guy. And this bear call, this was like later into the day, like over here or something. I just saw, oh wow, 60/20 is interesting, and decided to short that for a free $40. So that's nice. And here's TLT. I realized my gain. And then I added to the bear call later into the day. This is like quite late into the day, 3 hours left of theta, and just kept adding to these bear calls and kept making bear calls. So that's like this tail end thing brought me up like what, 110, 120, $150. And then about TLT, this is what I was looking at. So I saw this high put skew right here. And I mean, I run it at 90. So this wasn't even the best place to run it. I should have definitely run it at 89. But I mean, that's definitely a lesson for the future. You can see here, this is why I ran it. I saw 90. I saw the IV. I was thinking, okay, there's no way that this IV is correct. And I just decided to go for the counter spread. And I mean, it was a good trade. But my issue was the entry, because if you take a look at my entry, it is just the worst entry you've ever seen. So of course I'm paper trading, so the fills are not realistic, and I should have definitely, if I was looking at the chart, I would have gotten a better fill, but it's a shame. So I looked at the trade, what? I looked at the trades at 9:02. So right here. So yeah, if I just got on the close here, and I know there's not a lot of volume here because it's an option spread, but here there's 16 cents and I took profits at 29 cents, so I could have doubled that. And I definitely could have traded a larger size just because of the nature of it. But I mean, even if I pull up, because I don't know how it looks, but the 89, just gonna take a look at the 89 calendar spread. I mean, so if I got this at 9:02, uh, yeah, so 902 is like right here. So yeah, I would have gotten what? It's like 4x gain if I just did if I just ran 89. I know it says 90 over here, but it's actually 89. So don't worry about that. Yeah, if I ran this, it would have gone much, much better profit, like 4x profits. So definitely listen in the future when I'm trading IV. So yeah, that's just amazing. I mean, I don't see any IV trades today. Like if we look at, I don't think I have any skew charts in here, but I don't see anything to trade really. We have our monthly expiry tomorrow, so that's definitely going to be interesting. There's going to be, is it tomorrow? No, it's on Friday, but basically tomorrow because tomorrow's the last day to trade it. So tomorrow will be interesting for me. It looks like, um, if I take a look at it actually, this is the NetJets for 9-day till expiration, and you can see 45% of all gamma is in the AM expiry, monthly expiry, and 56% of all open interest is in it. And you can see the put call ratio, yeah, put dominated, I'm pretty sure. Skew is very interesting. This is an extremely steep skew, and I don't even know why. I'm so confused. I think it's probably something to do with witching or whatever, but maybe it doesn't have to do anything with witching. I'm just thinking this is a high skew. I might be able to get some calendar spread off of it, but I really don't trust it because I've never traded a monthly before, so I don't know how it's gonna react. But anyways, you can see we've got 45% of all gamma, and most of it is called gamma. You can see the levels here. It's colored like this. So we have this bar, this bar, this bar on all of these bars. So what we really want for these people, what they really want is a close around like 625. They want to close above this. And I mean these calls are already in the money, but if we don't see these calls in the money, then they're gonna put some selling pressure, I think. All right, but I think that's it for this video because nothing else to talk about.